welcome to the Beezies.
I'm Abby.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Mackenzie.
Remember the college days when you were best friends with your roommates?
You would come home and talk about anything and everything together.
We miss this phase so much that we decided we needed this quality roommate time again.
So welcome to the Beezies. Come over and get cozy with your new favorite roommates.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, all my fellow friends.
Howdy.
Howdy, y'all. Honestly, throwback. I miss the days when we would do the accent
Country.
all day long. Yeah.
I just have like the most vivid
love
memory of us playing Phase 10 and all of us speaking in country accents for what felt like probably 3 hours straight.
Literally forever. I still do it though, but it has transitioned into a weird British Australian, honestly doesn't sound good at all type of accent.
That's okay. Honestly,
I love a country
more
accent.
fun.
Yeah.
I love that in college we would play Phase 10 and speak in country accents for hours.
Right.
Like, that's just solid, good, wholesome fun. I was telling Abby about this last night. I went to a soda shop, and it was completely empty on a Saturday night. And I'm like, what
Where
are
is
teenagers
everyone?
doing?
Those dang
Like, back in my
teenagers.
day, we would go to soda shops, and soda shops would be packed.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just good, wholesome fun. And
Yeah.
now teenagers are out here having sex. They're assaulting each other, committing
They're
crimes.
the Gilbert
Literally,
Goons.
they
Yeah.
are murderers.
So I'm just like, not to be like a religious zealot, but like, what's going on with the world?
We
Where
need
are
our-
Bring back
the
wholesome fun.
teenagers.
Yeah.
Bring back wholesome fun.
Literally.
Stop having sex and
That's
doing
what
drugs.
I was doing in high school.
Yeah.
Wholesome fun or sex and
No.
drugs?
Sex and drugs.
Oh,
It's just making a comeback.
my best times, I feel like that I
The
my favorite
Californians
times
are
with my
coming and
friends are
taking
always
over
just doing
Arizona.
the
Oh,
most
dang it.
And that's
stupid
what's
things that
happened.
you only come
That's-
up with
that's
because
why
you're like,
the
we're
Gilbert
together and we're
Goons
bored. Like,
Are gooning.
it's not like
It's because of California.
like we play
Always deflect. Anytime
Anytime
there's a problem.
and play Phase 10.
Deflect. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be down
Did you guys
to play
see that
Phase
like
10.
the like football coach or something, the like football head leader of like Gilbert area high schools was fired because of some weird connection to the Gilbert Goons?
No.
The
I
ALA?
have like loosely followed it.
I saw
Because
that
he like
the,
tried to help cover up something. I don't know.
I saw that people were protesting. I didn't know that he was actually fired.
Yeah, he was.
I know that one of the dad of one of the kids was arrested as well.
This is such
Weirdo
drama
adults
tea.
getting involved in.
Gross. Arrest them all. Just take them all away. You know? Abby, you have to just dive right in to the crazy week that you had.
Mm-hmm.
Is Abby frozen?
She's. Oh no,
Or she's having a breakdown.
she's having a mental break.
What is happening?
Sorry, did you guys say something to me? My internet's going wild right now.
Oh.
Like, it's not working for some reason. So I basically didn't hear any of all of that conversation, and I'm trying to figure out if Andrew's watching Netflix or not.
Not the Netflix.
I know. Well, it will definitely disrupt the
Zoom.
Flow of
the
traffic.
signal, you
Yeah.
know, the ability to zoom. And the wild thing is, I don't know if Scott keeps all of this in, my video and my sound is going to be completely normal. So you're just going to hear me going crap, and then go, "Ah." And that,
Yeah,
like, that's
on
just
our
gonna be my
end, you just
video.
look like.
That was
Oh my
so funny,
gosh.
honestly. Keep it in. No, I
okay.
just asked to tell us about the crazy week you had.
Okay, yeah, you guys want to hear a life update about my life and all of its updates?
But make it about
I
you.
love a life update about life.
Okay. Oh no. I probably could. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, this week has been a wild, wild week for us. You didn't say anything
No.
preambling this, did
Not
you?
at all.
Okay. Again, that was cut out, so I didn't hear.
You're good.
Okay. So let me take you back to Monday at 11, about like 10:52. Okay. I'm coloring 10:52 a.m. I'm sitting at the table with Atlas coloring a Mickey drawing. I drew a Mickey and I was like, hey, let's paint watercolors. And we were having a fun, wholesome time painting watercolors together. And then I get a call from Andrew's aunt, who, by the way, never calls me. And I'm like, that's weird. But he's doing a project with his dad. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's associated with Andrew. Maybe his phone died. I don't know. Like, he's doing a project with his dad at his aunt's house. Like, maybe that's why. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
So I pick up. And she goes, I hear, hey, Abby, it's Andrew's aunt. She said her name, but I'm going to leave it out. Sorry. She said, it's blah, blah. I'm going to hand you to Andrew right now. Hands Andrew the phone. I'm like, okay. Hey, Abby, this is Andrew. I just want to let you know that I fell through the roof at my aunt's house, and I'm okay. I'm sitting up and my fingers are wiggling and I can wiggle my toes and my fingers. I'm okay. They called 911 and I'm okay. And I'm like, okay.
How
Okay, all I can
terrifying, though, to get that call.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right next to Atlas. Oh, by the way, first thing he says, don't freak out.
Oh,
So I'm like,
no.
Okay. So he goes, don't freak out. I fell through a roof. I'm fine. I'm sitting up, but I'm going to the hospital. And I'm like, okay. 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 Uh-huh. Okay. See you later. Bye. That was it.
She's like, I'll see you when I see you. See you later.
Yeah. Well,
Me and
I think I
Atlas
remember.
outta here.
I think I remember asking, like, should I come over? Like, should I come? He's gonna be like, no, we're fine. Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
I fell through a roof, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So, anyways, I spent the next hour probably freaking out because my first thought was, crap, I have therapy today and Andrew's supposed to watch Atlas and now I need to find somebody to watch Atlas. So now I'm texting
love
people
that.
being like, hey, can you come over and watch Atlas? And then I'm like, I probably should just cancel and reschedule for another day because I'm sure I'm going to be doing more things. Like, no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Also, you
It's a
would not be
perfect
able
day
to
for
focus.
my
Yeah,
brain
That's true.
in shock just like goes every which way. Then my next thought was, I need to make sure that Andrew doesn't take the ambulance to the hospital because this is going to cost
Yes.
us too much money.
It's going to be
That was my
$5,000 for
first
just
thought.
the ambulance.
When
So
I
I
heard the
texted-
911, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So I texted him and I said, whatever you do, try to avoid going to the hospital in the ambulance. I'm such an idiot. But I was
love that.
But
I have
know,
like apparently
real.
trauma memories of my dad complaining about how much my sister's ambulance ride to the hospital was for like years. And so I'm like, we can't do that. No, please.
I feel like
Anyways.
every American has been like, we've just been taught, like, find
Yeah.
any other form of transportation.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Well,
Hey,
I was like, you're 10 minutes away from the hospital. If you are sitting up, like, I didn't really know what the severity of
Yeah.
what he was dealing with at the time was. Now looking back and like seeing him in the hospital, I was like, it's a very good thing you took. Like, there was no other option there.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Oh, so he did take the ambulance?
yes, so he did
Well,
take the
nice.
ambulance.
Yeah,
But, like-
especially with that extent, it's like that totally makes sense. Like he fell through a
Yeah.
roof.
He fell through. So yes, so this is basically what happened is he was doing a roofing project with his dad. His dad has been roofing his aunt's house. And honestly, they were kind of rushing. They weren't rushing, but like they were running out the clock because a storm was coming and they needed to get to a certain point before the storm came so that obviously there was no water damage water falling through her roof, right? So they were trying to get to that point and it's really only his dad and one other person working, like, because it's a small company. So he's like, please, can I have all the hands like that I can? Like, I need all the help. So Andrew decided he was going to take the morning off of work and do roofing and then go back home and like finish out his workday in the afternoon, which wasn't really going to be a problem until all this happened. So there was like a vent. I don't really understand the mechanics of a roof, but basically there was a vent that is normally there was removed for the certain step, and therefore was just a big hole in the roof and went into the attic. And so Andrew was not paying attention to where the hole was, and then slipped, fell, and went straight through the ceiling and landed into the living room floor. Gosh. Yeah.
That is
Wait, and wasn't his
terrifying.
aunt in the living room?
His aunt was sitting on the couch.
Sorry, I feel so bad laughing at this,
No,
but
I know.
it's like just picturing it is kind of funny. It would not
I
be
know.
funny if he was not okay.
I know.
Given
Yeah.
the circumstances. Like overall for what he went through, and like he's even said like he's so lucky. Mm-hmm. But that's why it is okay to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, totally. Like, literally, I mean, I can only imagine what it would be like sitting on the couch watching TV,
I know,
and then all of a
that
sudden
is
someone
so-
falls through your roof and just lands on your and you're like, are you okay?
I would just literally scream.
What just happened? Out of nowhere. So,
Oh my god.
yeah. Basically, he ended up, so he was in the emergency room. And I did finally make it to the emergency room. Thankfully, his mom came and watched Atlas so that I could go. And I basically spent the entire day there. And he was admitted to the hospital. He has several injuries, broken ribs, broken vertebrae, some lung injuries, stuff like that. So there's quite a bit of damage, but looking at it, like, it could have been a million times worse. So worse, like, I'm so grateful that he is where he is now, because, like, you know, he could have been paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like, he got no head, neck, or spinal injury, they said. You know, it basically is just like some bones that will heal on their own, and there's nothing we can do except just like rest and give it time. So we spent like 3 days in the hospital. Monday was the day it happened, all day Tuesday, and then we did go home Wednesday afternoon. And now, I mean, it's Sunday now, so it's almost a full week since the accident. He was walking on Wednesday, and now he's even walking like a lot better. He can do most things on his own now. There's still like quite a bit of pain and discomfort, but like not where obviously it was before. And it's just kind of stuff where like every day he has to just kind of push through, and it just gets better and better. You know, kind of sore, stiff, tight, uncomfortable, but like he's honestly doing, like, seriously, if you looked at him, you probably would never think this man fell through a roof
That's so
5 days
wild.
ago.
Did they say
So-
how long the recovery will most likely be?
So it takes about like 6 to 8 weeks for the fractures to heal. So that's probably going to be the full amount of time till he's like feeling 100% better. But I did go to therapy on Thursday. I rescheduled.
Good.
And my therapist, thank goodness, she has been in a lot of accidents in her life, like car accidents and stuff. And so she's kind of had similar injuries. So when I was just like talking to her, she was kind of like reassuring me, like, I know it seems really, really bad right now, and you think like he's going to be like, you know, crippled his whole life in some way, like he's going to be feeling this his whole life, but like give it 10 days, and like in 10 days you're going to see him at like 90%.
That's
and I was
wild.
like, really? She's like, yeah, like most 7 to 10 days like is really like after an accident is the majority of the healing, and every day just gets so much better and better. So, you know, hopefully by the time this comes out, you know, like in a week, he'll be like functioning almost normally. There will still be a lot of things that he will be like limited, and there might be some like pain directly in the areas, you know, until they're fully healed. But yeah, like he's doing really good. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So how much time does he take off of work
Oh yeah.
for this?
Yeah, so his work has been super great. I mean, they love him, and like Andrew has worked there for a really long time. So, I mean, he's like a very loyal, good, hardworking person. So they have no reason to like really be like not give him everything he needs.
Yeah.
So they basically gave him this whole week off, and then he, I think, said that he's gonna start working tomorrow, but he's gonna work from home. I mean,
okay.
he already works from home like half the time, anyways, and he kind of said that he's gonna start really slowly because his endurance is kind of what is
Yeah.
like he can sit in a chair and work at a computer at this point, but like doing it for 8 hours,
That's a lot.
that's a
Yeah.
lot, you know. So he could maybe like sit for an hour and then he'd have to go rest, and you know. So he said he's gonna kind of do it slowly, see how he feels, and probably not tell anybody that he's working, but just get some things done
Yeah.
before he can fully commit to being like, okay, you can depend that I'm going to be on at work at this time and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy.
That is
Yeah.
so wild.
That's so crazy. When we got the text, so Andrew sent a text to our big group chat,
yeah.
and it was like vibe check with a photo, and I hadn't looked at the photo or anything, and I was at the beach, and I was like, oh, it's just a usual vibe check photo. So I like was about to send a selfie of myself at the beach.
You
just
should
in
have.
response. And then I read the text, and I was like, that would have been so funny.
You just
But
sent
that
like
was
a
great.
thirst trap, and Andrew's just like
Yeah.
literally in
I
the
was like
hospital.
very happy, like in
Yeah,
the sun at the
living
beach.
my best life.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I kind of wish you had. That would have been so funny.
He definitely wouldn't have been upset about it for sure. But I think he told me, he's like, I was so bored. Like, they wake you up so early in the hospital. You don't sleep very well. So he's like, I'm up at 6 a.m. and I am so bored. And everybody's asleep. I have no one to talk to, nothing to do. And he was just literally like laying there with his arms by his side. Like, he did not move basically
Oh
for
my
24 hours.
gosh.
And so he was like, I just needed to text somebody because I was going crazy.
I loved it. Well, and you posted the picture on your laps of him just like in the neck brace laying down.
know.
And I was like,
I know.
And the picture of you guys holding hands with him with his hospital band on.
I was like,
He's
this looks
about
so
to
dramatic. This looks so dramatic, but he's not dying.
the caption was so funny.
I know. Well, I took a picture because he wanted me to take a picture of him. He's like, what do I look like? And I was
So you did
doing
the
a-
hands.
in the emergency room.
Oh.
So I took the picture, and then I was like, oh, I want to take a lapse just because, you know, like for the memes.
Yeah.
And so I did. And then when it showed up, like 2 hours later, I was like, do I post this? Do I not? And I was like, why not? It doesn't matter.
Love
And
that
I
you posted
did.
it.
And I mean, the only people, there's literally like 5 people that follow me on Laps, and it's all my closest friends. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's fine. I would have never just done that on like Instagram or something, but it was
Yeah. Posted on your
so funny.
Instagram story.
Yeah.
I
Just like
love
Andrew
it.
smiling so big in a neck brace. Like,
That was the thing, is he just looked so happy.
I know. And he was like, honestly, that whole day, unfortunately, he had to stay like so stick straight, like in a brace, staring up at the ceiling. But like, I was there with his dad, and the 3 of us were just chatting away the whole day because there's nothing else you can do. And
Dang.
Well, and he was
You know.
saying that, like,
He needs a
When-
break.
what?
I was saying how he said he needs a break.
Oh, that too. But he was saying that, like, when like the ambulance came and stuff, they were like, oh my gosh, you are so calm, you just fell through a roof, like, why aren't you freaking out right now? Like,
Yeah.
this is kind of scary that you're so calm.
yeah. Well, and they were even shocked too that they're like, conscious? Like, you're conscious?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
Did
you
he
fell
lose
from that height
consciousness
and
at
you're
all?
Fine? No.
Dang.
Like, never once. And literally, like, he was fine. And yeah, he wasn't like screaming in pain or
Yeah.
anything. Like, there's people in the emergency room that have like broken arms and then are like moaning in pain for hours. So they were like, I'm shocked that you're okay and you seem fine. But after like the end of the night, on Monday, Andrew was like, I can feel the adrenaline and the shock is wearing off because everything is hurting now. So like for a good few hours, he was totally fine. And he's just like, this is uncomfortable, but like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy how like everyone's body and like emotions just respond so differently. But like, it's not surprising to me knowing Andrew that that's how he reacted and that he was like pretty calm.
Yeah.
I would
For
not
sure.
be. I would be
And,
losing
like,
my mind.
Yeah. And for the most part, like after we got the okay from everybody that like, you're going to be okay. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done, but like, you're not going to lose anything and you're fine.
Yeah.
We were both mostly okay. We were like, okay, like we'll get through this. It's going to be a couple months that suck, but we'll get through this. The parts that we got the most sad about, like the times that we were basically crying anytime was thinking about Atlas, like partially because she couldn't come to the hospital, so she didn't see him for 3 days. And she didn't care. She was with family. She was fine. But like, we're sad about it.
Yeah, it's hard for you guys because she's not going to remember it. And she
Right.
probably wasn't even really aware of it. But it is hard
Right.
for you guys, especially because you're going through this big thing. And then you also don't have your daughter with you at all.
Right. And then there's the part that's like, okay, for the next 2 months, you're not going to be able to pick her up. Like, you can't play with her like you're used to. And, you know, like, it just was all these things of, like, I don't know, just it was settling in all the ideas and thoughts that you have about, like, okay, this thing that we're used to, like, that's not going to happen for a little while. Like, we're going to miss out on these memories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was hard for a few days, but we've been okay. And honestly, since I went to therapy, I've been fine. Like that EMDR
Good.
just like picked it out of me. Like I'm good.
Stimulation.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's wild. Dang. Well,
yeah.
glad he's okay and healing.
Yeah, me too. I'll give you guys an update next week on how he's doing and stuff. Hopefully, like he'll be like almost better, at least from like the majority of it. You know, he'll be feeling normal again. So fingers crossed.
Dang.
We'll unfortunately be missing out on our Disneyland trip that was supposed to be this week.
Yeah.
I did.
Totally forgot
But
about
that's okay.
that.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Were things like refundable?
Well, we're keeping the tickets.
Yeah, because you can use
And-
them for like 2 years or something.
We're just
Okay,
gonna
nice.
have to re-reserve the date, so it's not that big of a deal. My parents were going to pay for the hotel, like bless them, they were so nice. So, and they're still going, so like
Nice.
they're fine, you know. The saddest part about it all is that she doesn't get to go with her cousins, which they were all so excited about. But we're still gonna go, like basically once he's all healed, we'll decide on a new date. So
Nice.
Dang.
Disneyland to come.
That's really sad though. But
Yeah.
obviously more important to heal.
Yeah. And we were going back and forth for a little while. Like, I really think he could have done it, but it just would have been such a different experience. And it's like, if this was gonna be his life for like 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's like in 2 months I'm gonna be able to do all these things, like, I might as well just wait 2 months.
Yeah.
So,
Well, because you also don't want to like risk making any of his healing longer,
right.
or like end up inadvertently causing issues that don't heal and stuff like that. So it is
Right.
better, I would say, to like play it safe. Because even if he didn't go on like rides and just hung out, like that's still a lot on your body
That's a lot to be like
So-
sitting in a chair, in an uncomfortable chair
for like
that long.
12-16 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. And like he's tired just doing that to begin with. Like he'd be exhausted because it just takes so much of your body to heal like that. So I think it will work out in the end. It's all good.
Dang.
R.I.P.
Well,
Yeah.
Andrew, we wish you the best. Heal
Good
it up.
He feels
good
the
luck.
love. He feels the love from everybody.
Good.
That's so
That's
crazy.
definitely, I will say, been my my time. We don't have to take any more time on my end because that definitely took a big chunk.
No, the whole episode is actually just talking about Andrew.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
good for him. He'll love it.
I was gonna suggest that like if
We bring
like,
him on.
console, I was gonna say to like console Andrew for his injury, we would bring him on the podcast because he was
Yeah,
He's
it's
been
been
so long,
time.
He needs. He is very curious if people want to have like he's dying to do a partners episode with all four
He's like,
of
do
our
people want to
partners.
hear me?
Seriously. He wants to be on so bad. So if it's something that people start saying they want to hear, then maybe we'll consider it strongly. But right now we just roll our eyes and move on.
I want to know if people, like, if they are interested in that, first of all, and then if they would be interested in, like, us, not all 8 of us, that's insane, but,
That would
like,
be hilarious.
one of the couple, or, like, 2 of the couples together, or something like that, or if they literally just would be more interested in all the guys being on together, and maybe even more,
I
like,
think
we've
we
talked about
can't
as, like,
do
a
that because
bonus
what if
episode.
everyone likes it more?
I know.
You know?
They're gonna fire us.
Yeah. We
It'd
can't
be
let
that
it
way.
happen.
Oh, speaking of, did you guys know that this is our 40th episode?
Oh, happy
Wow.
40th
Happy
birthday to us.
40th birthday to us. Isn't that crazy?
Dang.
That is crazy.
Over the hill.
I know. We're almost to a year, which is actually wild. But
That is crazy.
Yeah.
my thing that I wanted to ask you guys, if you have seen on the internet this last couple weeks, is Jet and Pookie.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Wait,
I knew Kenzie would.
I've heard this, but
So,
I don't know what it is.
I heard some podcasts talk about it, and then I heard another one today. So I finally did not a super deep dive, but I did go look through their posts a lot. It's this TikTok couple that their actual names are Campbell and Jet, but Jet calls her Pookie, just like as a pet name, and like will rarely actually call her Campbell. But a lot of their videos are like OOTDs or like date night videos. This is what we're wearing. And I just am trying to decide how I feel about it because I can't read like the comments feel like everyone is hyping them up, but actually just like roasting
Making fun
them
of
and
them.
making fun
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. Like it feels like
Well, and so many influencers now, like they'll be with their friend and they'll be like, "Oh, Pookie looks absolutely fire tonight. This is what
Yes.
she's wearing."
yeah, and
I
like
hate the name Pookie. I can't.
yeah, it's kind of funny, but they'll like respond to some of those videos too. Like, people were making TikToks just like using an audio of them doing like a OOTD one night where he was like, Pookie looks fire or something like in all black, and he would like respond to the people, like duet the people doing the voiceover, and be like, thank you so much for the support. Like, it means so much to us. I'm like, I just don't know if you, like, is this what? I need someone to just come out and say, no, we're making fun of them.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels
know what?
like. But then I'm like, I think you all love them.
If Pookie and Pookie's
Jet.
husband were making money from this, like if I were them, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, thank you to all my fans."
Yeah, literally.
Like
And that's
even
the
if
thing.
I knew they were making fun of me.
At
At this point, I'm desperate for money. I'd do
Like,
anything.
You have
Well,
to,
I
like,
think
make fun
they
of yourself,
are.
too.
making money at this point because they like she's getting sent stuff from brands and stuff. But I don't know. You guys should look into it. I guess there's not much to say if you haven't like seen their videos yet. But it's just like it is interesting to watch. Like I think I just realized watching it that I'm like I feel confused because I want to know who's in on the joke or if there's even a joke. Because
yeah.
I think there's a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm getting like everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Pookie slays. Like we love Pookie." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Do we? Do we love her?"
Do
Because
we
also,
actually?
let me just paint the vibe for you. She is like pretty beautiful, always like dressed up, like never a hair out of place, put together. And then he is like this Southern gentleman that like, is he closeted? We don't know. Not to like put that out there on him, but like it just is an interesting vibe. And it doesn't seem like she's actually interested in him at all is the other thing. Like it seems like he got this absolutely beautiful woman and she is like there for the money or something. And maybe I'm reading into this and being a horrible person saying all of this, but it like she does not seem as interested as he is, which also makes me like I'm sad for him and like are not sad for her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is are they dating or are they married?
They're married.
Interesting.
Do what you need to do to get a PR package.
Honestly,
Exactly.
true.
I'd kill for a PR package.
I I know that it's such a thing for people like authenticity has been such a thing for so long, right?
No.
Like the last few years people are like, I'm just trying to be my authentic self, or I'm my real person on TikTok or whatever, blah blah blah. I really think that most people are acting, and like I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to act a brand. Now there's like a line and it depends on like what you're acting about, what you're doing good and bad, what your messaging is, like stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, it's a job, and like it's okay to pretend to be one's thing, sort of, just to like have a job, you know?
That's
I
like
don't know.
Paris Hilton. Like she's iconic and all of that is fake and I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's Paris Hilton is so crazy the way her voice switches.
it's
so
wild.
insane.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
No,
But
honestly,
you gotta
that's
do what
so
you gotta
true.
do.
And that's the thing is like, I guess like for me, I'm like, okay, just tell me if you two are actually like sitting there laughing, being like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And all of the internet is eating it up. Like, that's what I hope is actually happening.
Yeah.
Because that would like make me feel better almost. Just be like, oh, they are just like, they are the ones making fun of us. That's what I
Right.
want to be happening. Because I'm like,
And
this
then-
has got to be a bit.
And then like any hate, instead of like hurting your feelings and making you like miserable, probably just feeds
Right.
your energy.
Totally.
Because you're like, they're not actually insulting me because I know it's not me, it's my fake me, and like
Literally.
that's so funny.
That's why I want to be on The Real Housewives, because I could
Yes.
just be a character. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're gonna hate the character I played. Well, that's not me.
Yeah.
That's
And the
so
real me is
true.
rich because I play a fake me.
Yeah. Speaking of Real Housewives, I have told Andrew this week, since he's not doing, since his life isn't like work and stuff right now, I'm like, okay, time for us to get into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Because he apparently has discovered his love for trash reality TV by watching Vanderpump Rules. And,
Okay, that's amazing that you bring that up because I wanted to talk about that.
Oh, really?
The Tom
Yeah.
Sandoval interview with freaking Nick Viall.
Yes.
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 Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Oh, okay. Nick, first of all, is a amazing interviewer.
Champ.
I just
Okay,
want to
wait.
give him so many credits. We're not-
Okay, so wait, are we switching topics or?
Yeah,
Well,
let's
I
wait.
was just gonna say I only have watched like the last 4 episodes because that's what was playing on the TV in the
Vanderpump?
hospital.
Yeah.
Of
So I
Vanderpump or Salt
only
Lake
know
City?
that much of Vanderpump.
Or
Oh,
not.
okay.
But because he got so obsessed with Vanderpump, I have said, okay, now it's
Yeah.
time for us to watch Salt Lake City
It's-
together.
Once you get into that part of reality TV, that is where Bachelor area is so boring.
I totally
Yeah.
get it. I
Yeah.
totally get it.
But
I will say, I think Salt Lake City is like the best out of all the franchises. Then New York City, and then like Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
Like, but yes, can we talk about Tom for a second? Because
Yeah.
I watched that interview with Nick. I don't really follow Bachelor stuff that much. My understanding was that everyone hated Nick for a while.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think everyone pretty much did because he like was kind of controversial, but then once he started his podcast, I think it was kind of like turning a leaf for him, and then it kind of rebranded him too. So I think over the last like 2 years, people like really like him again.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to say about him specifically. So he comes off in this interview. He does a great job. Like, he holds Tom accountable. Like, he calls him out on his shit.
Yeah.
And,
I
he's
loved
all
it.
about, like, being faithful to your girlfriend, being respectful to your girlfriend. But then I find out that his mother freaking fiance is 18 years younger than him.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, she's
That's
our age,
crazy.
I'm pretty sure. Or she's younger than
She's,
us.
oh, yes.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
Wait, how old is he?
I found
In
that
his
out.
40s.
Nick
Oh,
is?
gosh.
No.
He's in
like
his 40s and she's young 20s.
early 40s.
Yeah.
No,
I did not know
okay,
he
I need
was
to
that
look this
old.
up. I need
No,
to look this
I
up.
thought
He
she was
was
25.
36 when he did The Bachelor, I think.
I
Yeah,
did not know
Kenzie,
that.
I looked that up literally 2 weeks ago because
Okay.
I kept seeing their videos and I was like, wait, they are engaged?
And that is literally proof that, like, we talked about this a couple podcast episodes ago, but, like, men marry the first person who's in front of them whenever they are ready to marry.
Yeah.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, 18 freaking years? That's crazy.
That's a
Okay.
lot.
Ew.
He's 43. He's
And how
43.
old is she? 25? I think she's our age.
Okay, let me look that up. There's 18 years.
Yeah,
between them.
I was going to say, I think
Ew,
I remember
ew.
it being like, oh, she's our age.
It is so. Because, guys, right now, do you think that you have enough in common with a 43-year-old to, like, marry them?
Hold on, I need a
Here's
picture
the
of
thing.
43-year-old.
I think it's 28. I think it's 28 and 43. If it there's.
I
18.
hate when I
Oh, no,
see it on
wait,
the
don't
outside,
know.
but I myself
inside?
would indeed
No, she'd be
be in a
25.
relationship with someone that old.
I,
But it's
You're
disgusting.
right.
The man who chooses to do that is disgusting.
It's so
For me,
predatory.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I think it's weird.
Here's the thing. Okay, let me say this. With my issue with that big of an age gap, I remember so distinctly going on a double date years ago when, before I met Scott and stuff, that everyone was, let's see, like 5 years older than me, maybe. Yeah. And even that age gap, like all three of the other people were that. And I was like, they were like talking about like things they grew up with and just different life experiences. And I was like, I don't relate to you guys in this way. Granted, I was 20 at the time, but still I was like, this just feels weird. So I cannot imagine 18 years and not having that feel weird.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
will
nasty.
say I think they are still in similar phases of lives because
Yeah,
here's
that's
the thing.
true. That
You
does make a
see
difference.
43-year-old and you think, oh, you're like probably a dad with kids, like you're like you've been in your career for a long time, you're settled, like you're in that phase of life. And a 20-something-year-old is like going out with her friends and doing whatever and doesn't have kids and, isn't married yet. So they're in that same phase because Nick, after he was on The Bachelor, like he's been in a few serious relationships, but like he's never had kids or settled down. So he's not in that phase of life. And he goes to like influencer events and stuff because he is an influencer and a Bachelor person. So he goes to like parties and Coachella and Stagecoach and things like that, which
That's crazy.
He should
Don't-
not. He's too old.
normally do in your 40s. So
Right.
I feel like there's still some of that similarity. Now he probably still looks at these like his life with like some sort of maturity or whatever, like air quotes that
Yeah.
he thinks he has because he's in his 40s. But I think for the most part, like
They're more similar than
they're
they are
more
different.
similar.
That's a
than
good
you
point.
think.
Yeah. That's still just
I don't even want to. I have only watched a little bit of his podcast because he also interviewed Whitney Rose from Salt Lake City
Yeah, I
this
saw
week.
that.
But I'm like, I don't even want to hear him say anything like, "Oh, she's just so mature." Like, I just 18 years is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But going to Tom Sandoval. Okay, so did you guys watch that interview?
I've just seen clips so
I've seen
far.
I've seen
Clips.
clips and I was planning on watching it tomorrow. So.
Okay, so Tom Sandoval goes with his friend / business partner Tom Schwartz to
Yes.
the interview, and Tom Schwartz is kind of like his, like, I don't want to say protector, but he's there to kind of clarify everything that Tom says, because Tom Sandoval is a dick. Like, there were some parts, his ex, her name is Ariana.
Adriana.
Adriana.
Wait,
No, it's
no, Ariana.
Um,
Ariana Maddox, yeah.
I'm like, guys, I know I'm a fan now.
but Tom says something like, Ariana belittled me so much, and
Oh my God.
and then Raquel comes along and she does like the whipped cream on her boobs, Varsity Blues thing, and
Yeah.
I'm like, and she makes me feel like I'm attractive, and like I hadn't felt that good in so long, and Tom Schwartz is like, oh, you know, it might come off like you're saying that like you blame Ariana for you cheating, and he's like, no, that's not what I'm saying, and Tom's like, I know that's not what you're saying, but I just want to let you know that that's kind of how you're coming off right now. And like,
Yeah.
so he's very protective of his friend so he doesn't come off as a dick.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like Schwartz because of this. They don't
Yeah.
like that he's so close to Sandoval.
Like, he's so
So-
loyal.
Yeah. So, but I was thinking about it and I'm like, what would you guys do if your really good friend cheated on their girlfriend? Because I'm like, I don't know if I would cut someone off for cheating on their significant other.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. It is a different situation because they're like public figures and they're like doing these interviews together and stuff.
I feel like it would, I mean, that's so circumstantial, but it would definitely be like a at arm's length kind of friendship after that. I don't know.
If they cheated on their significant
Yeah.
other.
Also, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry.
Interesting. Is Abby frozen for you guys?
Oh, she is frozen and she looks like
That's so funny.
Yeah, same.
It's a little spooky, honestly.
because for me, I was
Hello? You're
like,
back?
Hi, sorry, guys. It just like my Wi-Fi like cut out again and then just kicked me out, but I'm back.
like, I understand
Sorry.
people being annoyed with Schwartz for being so protective over Sandoval, and like, kind of Sandoval just needs to let himself. Like, Sandoval says what he means. There's no
Yes.
clarifying what Sandoval is saying.
Yeah, it's
He's
really what he
just a dick.
thinks.
And so I don't think Schwartz needs to step in and like be like, no, you're a good guy. This is what you actually mean. Like, let Sandoval do like his own thing. Like,
Yeah.
you could still be his friend, but you don't need to like try and
Yeah.
make excuses for him.
It's
But I'm like,
yeah.
But I would still be friends with someone.
Yeah,
if
I
they-
think I would still
I don't
be
think it would affect my relationship at all. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not the person that was cheated on. I it's like a
would-
crazy thing. I don't know.
I feel like I would definitely have trust issues with that person, but because I'm not the one in the relationship, like you're saying, like, I don't think it would like majorly change, but like I definitely like, I'll be honest, I feel like I would 100% be judging that person and be like,
Yeah.
how could you do that? And I don't know. That's something that like I do think is like very bad, obviously. And again, it's circumstantial. I feel like the biggest
Right.
thing for me is I know I personally would not trust them as much anymore, just because that's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's a big thing.
Well, okay, I have like two things that come to mind. First is that there are so many cheaters in the world. Like, if we're being honest, so many. I feel like probably 80% of the population has cheated in some way or another. Like, maybe
That's
that's
a
a
big
big
percentage.
number. Maybe that's a big number.
Okay, are we
Maybe it's more
talking
like
cheated in
60,
any way
70.
or
But-
cheated in a relationship?
But there's like
Like-
emotion,
Like
there's emotional like cheating, like
yeah, emotional cheating. There's
yeah.
kissing. There's full like just all of it. Like, so I feel like it's really hard to go through life or like to be like, I'm never going to be friends with a cheater because I like, that's a bad type of person. Because I think when you're 40 years old and like, I don't know, there's a good chance that
Yeah.
like someone you might meet as you're older has cheated in some way at some point. Like, and that doesn't make them a bad person. That just means that they made a bad decision at a certain
Yeah.
time.
by the
And
way,
it depends what they learn from that as
Yeah,
well
now
and
that
where they
I'm-
are now.
Now that I'm
Tom
thinking,
Sandoval is in his 40s.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
that crazy?
that's
Crazy.
He's like a
wild.
little man child.
Yeah.
Now that I'm
My
thinking
other-
through people that I know who have cheated on people, like specifically relationship cheating. I'm not talking about cheating in a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
I'm not
doesn't.
talking about that type
the
of
clip.
relationship.
doesn't.
You're not talking about Jenny.
Yeah. No, I cheat in games. It's just so hard not to.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think it does really change because, yeah, like Jenny said, like I'm not the one in the relationship. But yeah, I don't know.
My other thought is as well, like I do view things as like there's two sides to every story, and like
Yeah.
while I disagree completely with like the decision for somebody to cheat, I also know that the feelings that they could have leading up to that, like, you know, are valid feelings. Like if Tom, it truly did feel like, yeah, I felt so unloved in my relationship, I didn't feel attractive, I didn't feel like she cared about me, you know, as an example. Like I don't necessarily think Tom is the greatest example because I do see him as a bit of a narcissist, but like I think that if somebody, like, those are valid feelings for somebody to have, and I can see how those feelings can lead to somebody having the desire to maybe find those feelings in another relationship.
But then
Doesn't
break
mean I
up.
agree with those exactly. There's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the part that it's like,
I agree
dude.
though.
And I mean,
know.
I know you're not talking about Tom specifically, but in the interview with Nick says like, "Oh, no, I acknowledge that it sounds like you were in a toxic relationship, but there were other ways out."
Yeah.
He could have ended. And he's like, even had admitted it's been years. Well, why didn't you break up with her years ago? Like,
Right.
what were you
Yeah.
doing in a 9-year relationship with somebody that, you know?
I think also I think it's the fact that like it's who Tom cheated with. It was
Yes.
someone who was already in their friend group.
Yeah.
Okay.
That hurts so much.
Yes.
The other thing from the clip that one of the clips I saw that just annoyed me so much was how he was like, it's been 10 months. She needs to get over it. Like she's making this her whole personality. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
one, no, she's not.
Yeah.
Like she is thriving right now and it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with you. And two, 10 months of a grieving period for a 9-year relationship, very valid.
Okay to me.
Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's some like statistic that someone probably made up just for a Facebook post that says like it's like 9 or like half of the time you were together is like the grieving process. So it's like she could take 4.5 years if she wanted to, and that's realistic, you know? Like
She has a
Right.
boyfriend now.
oh really?
Get it?
Good for her.
I love that. She was on
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars and did amazing. She's so
really?
beautiful.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am very interested to hear the interview. Like I said, I want to watch it tomorrow and kind of get more of the story because I also have like very little even information about it just to begin with. But there's a lot of like the clips of the interview that I saw, I was getting so frustrated because I was like, this guy is so rude. Like
Yeah.
so like he is so irritating, and like I said, I feel like, okay, this is such narcissist behavior, like so many of the things that he was saying and the
Totally.
responses he was having to Nick, and it's like Nick was so calm, and I was just like, dude, the fact that you were able to do that and like literally make him look dumb basically because of how he just wasn't answering questions and stuff like that, I'm like, good on you.
Yeah.
So
No, Nick did a really good job in the interview, what I've seen.
yeah.
Yeah. If any of you guys cheated, I think I would just be like, oh, what's the tea? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Tell me everything.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, if any of you cheated, I would like our relationship would stay the same.
There would be
Yeah.
no, I feel like
That's-
unless it was so bad that you were like backstabbing everybody you know because of this, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, which that's just not us. Like
Yeah.
watching these shows, I'm like, people really are such drama. Like literally, how are these, every single person like,
Literally.
has a messy life. We just are not those types of people. So I could
Yeah.
never imagine that happening. But like our relationship would be the like just about the same but I would also not be the type of person who's like, it's okay, like,
Yeah.
you need to do this. Like, no, like,
Right.
dude, you messed up. Like,
Right.
Yeah, like you can
Right.
hold accountability while also
Right.
still being like, this is your life. I'm not going to be the one to like be like,
Yeah.
you suck.
yeah.
Dang, I don't know. That's a hard hypothetical to think through.
Right. Just in general, hypotheticals are so hard.
I have something else that's been on my mind this week.
Yes.
Yes.
Share with the class.
Just real fast. Can you guys think of? Let me describe a type of person, and you tell me the first person who comes to your mind.
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes.
Oh gosh.
Someone who like you, like they're so intimidating, and you want to be liked by them so bad that you become like a yes man around them. Like you'll do anything to get their approval because they're so intimidating. You like never want to disagree with them. They're just that cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you think of someone who is that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to share, or is it personal?
Well, so the person that I thought of is someone that I work with, but I'm starting to not feel that way, actually. As in the last week, I'm just like, I don't freaking care anymore. You're kind of annoying me. So that's the only person I can right away. But I also, while you were describing that, thought of, I'm pretty sure you have described this person and said that there's people in your life that you feel this way.
Me?
Yeah.
Every person I've ever met
okay.
is intimidating to me, and I
Okay.
need their approval.
Oh.
Like that. Yeah.
Kenzie, you have our approval. You
Well,
don't be
thanks.
intimidated by us.
Well, that's why, like, if this podcast ever like blows up, the day this podcast blows up is the
There we
day
go.
I quit.
Okay.
Because
I love that.
because I cannot handle any sort of critique from anybody.
Yeah.
I get
need
that.
everyone's approval.
Like the
But-
world is intimidating.
Yeah.
But I want to become the type of person that is so intimidating that like everyone around me just becomes a yes man because they fear me and they want my
Ooh, I
approval.
love that.
Kenzie, I think you
You
were
wanna be
definitely that
feared.
person to me when I first met you.
Not at all.
Abby
No,
was that
like-
person.
Oh, so what changed? What do I
just
need
got
to
more
do to get back
comfortable
to
with
that?
you.
Oh.
I became your friend.
So
Well, tell
don't
me
let
what I
people
need
know
to do
you.
to become more intimidating. What do I need to change about myself?
Interesting. The one person that comes to my mind is this other photographer that I've worked with a couple times, and I just want to be her best friend, and I just want her to like me so much. So, like, she just seems so cool, and I don't really know what it is that people like that have, but I want it. You know, like what do you
Me
have
too.
that makes you this way? A certain,
I need to
you know,
figure out
je ne
what
sais
I'm
quoi.
lacking.
The more I think about different people like that, I think it's like confidence that bleeds in a little to cockiness, you know, like it's not a good balance. It's actually like a little bit of a bad balance and a little bit of a toxic behavior and a sprinkle of gaslighting.
Oh,
That's the
So I need
combination.
more of that, though.
interesting.
Yeah.
I would say confidence is a big thing. And you know what? I just saw a TikTok about this that was like, confidence is like, I'm not even going to be able to quote it right. I'm sorry. But it was basically saying nobody knows the difference between whether you're faking it or you have like real confidence. But
Yeah.
confidence like basically makes
Nice.
everything.
Yeah.
And
I
That's
love that.
such a good quote.
I'm just going to walk around life being the most confident person I ever can, because I do think that
Take it till you make it.
yeah, but there's like a certain human aspect, or like a humanity that you are given when you are somebody who's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just living my life. So sorry about it. Like, I mess up,
Totally.
whatever. However, I will say that if you just like are confident through most things, I feel like most people don't even care. Most people don't notice when you mess up, you know?
That's facts.
I love
I'm kind of yes man with like everybody that I meet now, and just like a lot of people in my life, but just because like I do not care for conflict anymore.
I love that.
I
I've
just
been a
be
little
like,
bit
yeah.
more
Not
of a
because
no
they're-
person lately.
It's not because they're intimidating, though.
No, I don't know any
See-
intimidating.
Yeah, I've been in my conflict era. I've been
I love
fighting.
that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's because I've been grumpy lately.
Ah,
But like my version of grumpy, which is like not really grumpy.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of fun. Like I kind of like just disagreeing with people and like saying that I disagree with them. Because I never have done that really. Like if I disagreed with you, I would just like be like, cool. And then like disagreed on my own or like complain to Scott about it. But I was like, that's kind of boring. I'm gonna spice it up a little. Like today I
Yeah.
literally just looked at someone and was like, I actually don't agree with what you're saying. It was fun.
I
Good
love
plot.
Yeah.
I'd cry about that for weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the response that I got was, well, there's not anything to agree or disagree on. So it didn't go well, but I still disagreed.
I love that.
And they come in, they're just like, man, I'm really tired today. I'm feeling a little blue. And you're like, I disagree.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And they're like, I didn't ask.
They're like, what do you mean? What do you mean you disagree? It's just the debate club it got to me, you know? I'm a disagreeer now.
You were like, I can handle confrontation and disagreement.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
All my TikToks have been about speech and debate.
Oh
I
gosh.
love that. Kenzie
You
and I are
guys,
going to become the
my
best debaters.
TikTok, I have my TikTok right now is literally, it's all okay. So it's all like tarot card readings or just like random manifesting, but it's like
A baby.
it's like he's thinking about you, and if you post this, or like if you do this sound, he'll text you, or it's
Oh my
like
gosh.
he's choosing between you and someone else, and then so I'm getting all of that, and I'm getting all like eating disorder TikTok, but like not like recovery. It's like nothing
Yeah.
feels better than being skinny, and like like videos of meals that are just like ice, and I'm like, does my TikTok think I'm like in middle school? And like I think it just knows I'm
Oh.
depressed, but it's just so crazy and weird. I'm like, where is this
Wait.
coming from?
That's kind of wild.
Oh my gosh.
I've been getting tarot card readings too. Mine tells me that there's like a grandmother, womanly figure watching over me who has the initial J. I don't know any woman. No, like a dead woman.
Trying to
And then
think.
also I get a lot of like, you have a baby girl on the way. She will be she will
Dang.
look just like her daddy.
Man,
with
Like you
big
or
brown
someone
eyes.
you know has a baby.
No, my baby.
Like it's directed towards you.
Yeah.
okay, I have
Oh,
two
no.
She's supposed
questions.
to have brown eyes, which
Wait, you
I
have
don't
blue
think
eyes, right?
I do have blue eyes, and Derek
Yeah.
has blue eyes.
So it's like not even
So
possible.
brown eyes is impossible.
Unless someone else.
crazy.
Kenzie, is
She
this why
asked
you
about
asked us the question?
She's like, "Will you guys still be friends with me?" Okay, first question I have. I guess we can end soon, but Abby, do you feel like Atlas looks more like you or like Andrew?
Me.
Okay, good answer. Second question, would you guys be sad if your daughter looked more like your husband
Yes.
or your boyfriend?
I don't even have to question that. Absolutely yes.
I think I'd be kind of sad.
If my daughter, yeah.
Do you know how depressed I
Probably.
am that she doesn't have blue eyes like me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
so
hope she
upset about
listens to this.
Yeah. I hope she listens and is like, Mom, what?
I just like
Are her
can't-
eyes
like,
brown?
her eyes are like a brown. They're very similar to Andrew's, and Andrew has brown eyes, but they're really close to hazel. So like they really do have like a certain glow about them. So
Did she
they're
have-
very pretty. But
Did she have blue eyes when she was a baby?
No, she had like gray, just like every other baby.
Wait.
Gray eyes.
Did we decide that blue eyes is what's incest? 'Cause then
No,
you should
it's a
be happy.
myth. It's not true.
It's
Blue
a
eyes-
true
And
fact.
first of all, I want to go back to that because I was listening to the episode and you were like, blue eyes is incest, blah, blah, blah. Technically, if you're going that far back to the time
Everything
of Adam
is
and Eve,
incest.
everything is incest.
Yeah,
And
so
what's-
I'm not wrong.
We all Brown Eyes is
Yes.
incest then too. Like
Yeah.
there is no escaping it. So that's
But
not
Blue Eyes more.
I'm just do a
No.
quick Google search. You guys keep talking.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it could have only happened originally through incest, but it is not meaning incest now because we're talking about thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
hopefully it's not
recently.
incest now.
And if you consider Noah and everybody else died then only Noah's children or whatever.
You know,
I don't really
I
understand
got
it
some
all.
questions for Noah. You know,
Yeah.
like why were we prioritizing? There we go, prioritizing so many animals and not people. you know?
Animals.
But
Yeah,
also, I'm not mad about it
exactly.
because, like,
he
love a
was
good
the
animal.
founding member of PETA.
honestly,
That's
true.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
true.
Examples of defects seen with inbreeding include reduced fertility, reduced birth rate. Does this not sound like our society right now?
Wait,
Reduced immune function.
oh
I
my
just
gosh.
think they're all poisoning us.
Wait, I have to tell you guys something sad that I learned today. Arizona is running out of water. That's all I have to say.
You learned
Yeah,
that
girl.
today?
We've been
Yeah.
running out of water for a long time, girl.
I know, but I didn't know until today.
Oh, no.
Yeah, girl, we've got to pack our bags. There's nothing
Yeah.
for us here.
Like,
There's
legit.
no one will save
Literally
us.
nothing.
You know, I was talking
and
to one of my
Arizona's an
coworkers.
idiot state.
Yeah.
That-
Why do we have
that's what I'm
farms?
saying. No one
Yeah.
will save us.
Well, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was like, "Yeah, can you just imagine how expensive it's going to be when we don't have water too, and we have to buy water?" And I was like, "I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
I had a
am-
crisis." Anyways,
When
You
is
guys.
like the projected date?
2038,
Tomorrow.
It's like
2038 or 2040.
tomorrow. Yeah.
That's really soon.
It's like 15 years.
Okay,
They-
so
But
I
remember,
listened
I
to
just learned about this today, so don't take
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Except the first website that comes up when you search is Arizona running out of water does say there's nothing to worry about. Now, I am assuming that someone paid a lot of money for that to be the first website that came up, but they said there's nothing to worry about.
They are. I listened to a podcast. The Daily did a good podcast. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to that podcast, but they did a good episode about Arizona's water crisis, like like a good handful of months ago, and it was talking about the possibility of desalination, I think is what it's called, and they're trying to build
Yeah.
a plant in like Rocky Point that
Mexico?
would basically take seawater and like filter it out and then ship it to like put it through a pipe and then like send it to Arizona. It's not really looking like a good option if we're being honest.
It's a long pipe.
But
I think we already made like the deal to do it. I think we already
We're-
sent money to Mexico.
yeah, we've been trying to do that for a while, and I think they're gonna do it anyways. But I think it's gonna cause more problems in the end. Then
Am I
again, I'm not
stupid? Would
No.
Mexico be closer than California?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's like 200
also-
miles from the border.
California's not about to
think-
give any water.
Yeah, that's
they don't got
true.
no
They're
water.
in a drought.
Except this weekend, you guys got water.
That's facts.
Dang.
No, you guys, I just have something to say, and it's that Phoenix is really scary, and I'm glad I'm out of there because if there's an emergency and there's no water, like everyone's going to be stuck. There's only like one road to California, basically. Like it's going to be insane. Like getting
Yeah.
out of places and going places is scary up in there.
Well, yeah, because like there's like 3 places you can go, like California, Utah, LA. Wait, no, Las Vegas. I meant. Or what's the other one?
Whatever's to the
Nevada.
east.
Colorado, New Mexico.
New Mexico. Oh my god.
But there's like so little
Mexico.
roads in
So
those directions.
I'm not really good at geography, but yeah, it's like one road out in each direction, or
Yeah.
maybe 2. But even then, it's like that's not a lot.
Okay.
Ugh,
So you
dang
better
it.
invest
Why do
in
we
a
live
helicopter.
here?
Here's my idea. So I've been going down the rabbit hole of watching this girl on TikTok who lives in the Florida Keys and lives a beautiful life on the beach in her swimsuit every single day, and she collects like seashells and she just goes swimming with all the manatees, and it's just a magical
that.
life. I want her life. I don't want to live in Florida, but I propose that we move somewhere and live on the beach, and we'll all contribute to being
Yeah.
in one place together, so
yes,
we can
yes,
live
yes,
next door
yes.
to each other.
Okay.
And it has to
I've
be
been saying this.
on the beach.
Yes.
So
Okay,
that
well,
we can live
let
our
me pull up a
beautiful
map
beach
of
lives.
the United States.
We can just.
I've also been watching Outer Banks a lot, so North Carolina
Oh.
is.
I was gonna
option.
say.
I would love to do
North
that.
And the
Carolina's a
water's warm.
I was
beautiful
watching
option.
Where the
But
Crawdads
the waters
Sing.
in North Carolina is really murky. Like worse
And-
than
Really
California.
And the further
I'll go
north
anywhere.
east you go, the more great whites.
Mm-hmm. I think we should move to Florida and then just let a hurricane wipe us out whenever that happens.
I'm just
But we'll
so
live our
against
best lives.
Florida's
Okay.
government.
Someone tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh. Okay. We're moving to Illinois.
I thought
That's
you were
my
going to say
Fingerland.
Texas. I was nervous.
Um,
Okay, can you do it
Chicago's
again?
actually
I don't
great.
wanna do
I'd love
that.
to live in Chicago. What?
Just-
You want me to do it again?
Just do it one more time.
So cold.
Just for the
Okay.
fun.
I'll do it 3 times total, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay,
we have
then
3
we'll pick our
options. Just
fave.
give me a
Oh,
second.
Jenny and Abby, one of you say stop, and then.
Okay.
So Jenny,
Okay.
you say stop
Ready?
this time.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Ooh, Indiana.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Okay. Brittany,
No, I
are
already
you
did.
ready?
Abby.
My turn.
Oh, I
Abby.
thought.
It's my turn.
Oh, Abby.
Okay, stop.
Arkansas.
Wait, they have
No.
a good beach? Oh, wait, no. That's Alabama.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do any of those. Illinois is the best option out of all of them.
Okay.
You
no, no,
guys,
no.
I literally have got you.
Chicago?
I'm buying a giant mansion for us in LA. And it's going
But
to fit
Chicago
everyone on the
is
beach.
actually great because you
Yes.
have water.
Yeah.
It's just so cold.
That's true.
But we're not going to run out of water.
But
Because
it's
remember,
so cold.
we're running out of water.
Snow, wind, guys. The windy city. It's called.
That's so
And-
true.
for a
And wind is my
reason.
least favorite weather, actually.
I do
I
like
think I
Chicago.
could do it.
I've been there. My dad's from Chicago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Slay.
Yeah,
Dang.
but
I've been there once, only at the airport. It was terrible. That's all.
Which airport?
Not O'Hare.
That's why.
Yeah. It was really rough. And I thought I was going to O'Hare, which I was very excited about because I really wanted Chick-fil-A. Guess what? No Chick-fil-A for me. That's all.
oh, that's the worst when you get
Yeah.
off a plane and you want one type of food and they don't have that type of food. I hate
best
airports with no
worst.
food.
I went to the United Lounge at the O'Hare Airport, and it was way bigger than the Phoenix one. Amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
How
They had
did,
really good food.
do you have a United card?
No, girl, I paid the $80 so I could experience it
I love
and
that.
pretend.
Were
that
you
I
gonna
was
be
rich.
there for a long time? Like, did you
Yeah.
have a long layover?
It was on my flight to Brazil. My flight got delayed, so I was in Chicago overnight.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so you're like
that makes
Forgot about
sense.
that.
cheaper than a hotel.
Yeah.
No. They put me in a hotel for free.
Oh,
I still had. I paid to go
okay.
into the United
I
Lounge.
love that.
Okay.
You're so real for that. Well, this is amazing. Can't wait to move to Chicago.
Yay.
Everyone, all of our listeners come with us. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
New idea. Let's just start a cult, the Beezies. Everyone pays us money so that we can live wherever we want.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
too, like I'm dreaming up ideas of living on a commune,
Yeah.
like
For our
and
cult
building
called
one.
the Beezies.
We could do that in
Like,
Illinois.
so we can do that.
Easy. Yay. Good.
I'm so down. So
Okay.
down.
Well, can't wait for you all to live with us in Chicago and still listen to us every single Monday because you love us and you also.
Wait, give me
Yeah?
a second. I didn't get to tell myself when to stop.
Oh, okay.
Can,
Oh,
can
yeah,
someone
give us one
quickly
more
pull up
option.
a map of the United States and I'll tell you when to stop?
Yes.
Thank you. and we'll end on whichever state that I
Yes.
say. Ready?
While it's being
Okay.
pulled up,
And-
like, rate, review, follow us on everything at the Beezies Podcast or at Beezies Podcast. And now the state we will be living in.
I'm
The
ready.
Beezies will be moving to stop.
I can't tell. Oh, Nebraska.
No.
Okay,
no,
we're moving
no.
to Chicago.
Nebraska. See you later.
See you later,
man.
Chicago.
Bye, friends.
Oh